Well, top of the morning, beautiful people. Mondays are always a mix of wariness and expectations.
Now, and that's kind of a hard thing to balance, but you know, that's why we are here.
Yeah, to get rid of all that wariness from all the sleeping you did over the weekend.
Yes, and of course.
And then, of course, to start you off on a high note, if you know what I mean.
So the question, most cliche question ever, how was your weekend? Our weekend now?
Yeah, my weekend was good.
Okay.
I was very busy on Saturday, but yesterday I got to rest.
Okay, all right. Hopefully you're making money, you know, we have to make money on the weekend. Make some money, people. Now, my name is Titilayo Oyinsong.
And I'm Yomi Okwe. We're streaming live right now on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. You can look us up on TVC Connect. Now, participate on the show as usual, like you do.
Yeah.
Make comments on whatever's going on that you like or you don't like. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
Oh, dear me. Some people give some very interesting opinions.
Yeah.
Yes, what they like and don't like.
Titi, I like your dress, but
exactly.
maybe, yeah.
You could have done another hair now. Oh, goodness me. But we're going to be doing some cooking in the kitchen, as always.
And MM is in the kitchen with
indeed.
a brand new chef.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
Susan
Good
is
morning.
here.
Yes.
Hey, guys.
Chef Susan is making her debut on the show. It's good to have you.
Thank you so very much. Good morning.
Don't worry, relax. We're going to be fine. We're going to have fun.
Yes. A whole lot of fun.
How was your weekend, guys?
Good.
It was good. It was good. We tried, like they say.
But hey, we have so much coming up on the show. In the highlights, because we hold history very dear, we'll be bringing you a little rundown of what happened this week in history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, it's the first business day of the week. We have Iyore Ogbuigwe joining us to talk about the art of selling to people who don't actually want to buy. That's a good one for every business person.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Now, what would we do without our amazing performers? The Kings and Queens Art will be joining us for a live performance later on the show. Something to look forward to.
And right after that, we have Folaromi Richardson Ajayi joining us to give us enough motivation to last us the whole week, talking to us about inner freedom and the necessity for peace and happiness. Wow.
Inner freedom, inner freedom. And now we have also another guest, someone who...
Akin Dotumerino.
Yes, yeah. Akin Marino, who will be talking to us in a little while. We'll be giving you a lot more information about what Akin Marino is coming to talk about in a bit.
All right. So it's going to be a packed day, full of motivational stuff, just to get people ready for the week.
Very true, very true.
Why are you sweating on your nose, Yomi? Are you nervous? Or your Monday is starting off on a rough note?
Well, I dashed from the makeup room downstairs and, you know, while I was running.
Okay, so you know you just told the whole of Lagos that you put makeup on?
Well, of course they should. But you know what? You men actually have to rush over everything. It's not as if you guys help out with the housework or anything.
As in
like that.
Like this morning.
I'm sure your wife got up at 3 a.m.
Yes.
Cooked for the kids.
I will
bathed
have
the
you
kids.
know.
And you are still there on the bed with your phone.
What did you do?
I would have you know that I did homework yesterday.
Which
that was yesterday.
Not
what
this
did you
morning.
Do this morning.
Yeah, and I signed the homework book this morning.
I don't understand.
Really?
That's only what you did.
Very hard work.
And then let me guess, you went through your phone.
Yes,
on the bed. Let's say you got up by 4 a.m. You were on your phone till like 7 a.m. Like,
meanwhile,
I have to wake up for the show.
Are you talking from experience?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, meanwhile, I was trying to get 2 pairs of teeth brushed at the same time, thinking of what they were going to take to school, their breakfast, what they were going to wear, whether their school bag is packed, all that before coming here.
You had a 7 a.m. show?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
My weekend was busy.
Like
my nanny...
they carried you in mind this morning. You would dream about him this morning. Or last night. I just said...
But the thing is, can you relate?
Mike just wakes up.
Can't relate.
Can you relate?
Mike's own is
do you know what
get
I
up
do?
and go.
What
do you know what I do?
What?
Oh, if I tell you.
Tell us.
Only the weight of the story, only the weight alone, you can't carry it. Not to talk of the story alone.
Okay,
Mike cooks beans once and eats it for 5 days.
And it's fine.
You have to be able to spread your proteins out. You know, we understand how important proteins are, and you have
I had
to.
a very busy weekend. I have an order that I have to deliver for by Wednesday.
Okay.
So I'm making like 50 Ankara bags.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's a big task.
Yeah, it is. You know, and then my nanny she lost someone, so she was away this weekend.
So
it was
busy.
me being a wife, being a mother, being an entrepreneur.
And slaying.
And slaying.
You had to go do your
And
hair.
I had to go do my hair.
making money.
And my nails. And I had to go to church.
And still come back and
Still
cook
come
lunch.
back and cook lunch.
Okay, enough complaining.
Okay, so a lot of the things that you're saying is actually by choice. So it's not like you guys are actually like, well, the Akara bags, for instance, is by choice.
How is it by choice?
No, that's
by
money
choice,
now. You're
that's
making money.
choice.
Are you
That's what
complaining
she
about the
wanted
work?
to
I did not pay. There's no complaint. Someone's like, I'm so
See, man's
busy.
You see, you, man, you can just be
Man's
cynical.
mindset.
Like,
I'm so
really?
busy. There's so much of that. I'm like, it's good to
As
be
in-
busy. You know, there was a time when you prayed to be busy.
Well, yeah.
There's a time when you weren't doing
I
nothing,
agree.
and you're like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I want to make, and then you
Whatever.
got busy.
There's
And
some
then it
things
became
that
too
we
busy.
want to buy and we want to do with our own finance.
Yeah.
And we have to step up our game and get, some extra money in. That's the truth. That's how it is these days. Maybe back in the day it wasn't like that. But now you have to step up your game. You have to have another source of income.
Yeah, you
somehow.
have to.
Yeah.
Nice. So it's going to be a great Monday today, and it's going to be really nice. We want you to stick around for all that motivation that we have for you. But first, we're going to be starting with the news update, and Ugochi is on standby for us.
Good morning, guys. The Nigeria Police Force has invited Senate President Bukola Saraki to respond to allegations concerning his links to the culprits in the deadly of bank robberies in April. Police spokesperson Jimoh Moshood says 5 principal suspects, among 15 others, operated in Abuja, indicted the Senate President in their statement. The acclaimed leader of the robbery gang, Ayuade Akim Bosun, said they were political thugs of Saraki and Kwara State Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed. At least 34 people, including 9 police officers and 2 pregnant women, were killed in shootings during that robbery. Meanwhile, Senate President Bukola Saraki has advised the public to disregard the claims by the police as a baseless allegation and not a ploy to implicate him by all means. The statement signed by his spokesman, Yusuf Olaniorun, Saraki assured Nigerians that he couldn't have been associated with the deadly incident. The statement further reads that, quote, "This plot is concocted to embarrass me, and in the mind of the IGP, it is his own response after his refusal to honor the invitation by the National Assembly headed by me for him to come and offer explanations on the rampant killings and violence across the country," end quote. And it continues like the earlier one. This frame-up will also fail, as I hereby state categorically that I have no link with any band of criminals. And the late former president of the Court of Appeal, Justice Mustafa Akombi, has been buried in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital. Akombi, who was also the pioneer chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, died this Sunday at the age of 85. Kwara State Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed has described the death of the late jurist as painful, urging other judicial officers to emulate his incorruptible nature. It's the 6th memorial of the Dana plane crash, and emergency responders are asking members of the public to allow relevant agencies perform their duties of saving lives and property when accidents occur. General Manager, Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, Additional Tiamuyi, says crowd control was one of the challenges emergency responders faced during the air accident, where 157 persons lost their lives. The convener of the memorial, Oladuni Afolabi, called for an institution of a coroner inquest into such disasters too, to prevent a recurrence. An APC chieftain, Okpeyemi Bamidele, who sustained gunshot wounds during the rally at the Secretariat, has been moved to Lagos for medical treatment. Bamidele and 5 other persons were shot when a policeman mishandled his rifle and released sporadic gunshots into the crowd. He was hit in the stomach and legs and was immediately taken to the Ekiti State University Teaching Hospital at Ekiti for prompt emergency care. Media aide Ahmed Salami says Bamidele's health has stabilized, but there is need for him to go for post-surgery treatments to ensure quick recovery. And meanwhile, Ekiti State Governor Ayo Fayose has called for a 3-day fast and prayer for Okpeyemi Bamidele and the others hit by bullets fired by the policeman at an APC secretariat on Friday. The governor, who also directed the suspension of all open campaign activities of the People's Democratic Party for 3 days, demanded that those found culpable be brought to book. Says even though he is glad Bamidele is responding to treatment, it's necessary that Ekiti people support one another with prayers. And that's the news this hour. Let's now bring you the weather updates.
Welcome back. Let's look at what the papers are saying this morning. And we're starting with the Daily Sun and the headline, as DSS reduces operatives attached to Senate President Dogara, police invite Saraki over offer robbery. It's a frame-up, says Senate President. And Imo Guba, Okorocha's son-in-law, slows down on bid. And finally, foremost female accountant, Olakunrin, dies at 80. All on the cover of the Daily Sun.
On the Nigerian Tribune, it says, offer bank robbery. Police invite Saraki, says suspects indicted him. It also says here, Olakunrin at 80 slumps, dies during church service. No card reader, no election in 2019, say INEC. That's what we have on the Tribune.
All right, and up next is The Punch and the headline, police invite Saraki over offer bank robberies. We worked for Senate President as political thug, says gang leader. It's a frame-up. I'll honor formal invitation, says Senate President. Nigerians to pay more for alcohol, cigarettes from today. Oh, seriously?
Wow.
And then finally, DSS reduces operatives attached to Dogara Lasun. All on the cover of The Punch.
Okay, on the cover of The Nation, it says, police, Saraki Ahmed indicted for offer robbery. Senate President says it's a plot to embarrass me. I have no link with suspects, says governor. It also says here again, INEC to make card reader mandatory for 2019 polls. On the Ekiti shooting, Bamidele moved to Lagos. And finally, banks' daily CBN loans hit 216 billion naira. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation.
All right. Up next is the Vanguard and the headline, offer bank robbery. Why we must quiz Saraki, Kwara governor, says police. DSS withdraws security details to Saraki Dogara. And finally, APC Congress, Oyegun stops inauguration of Tinubu Amechi-backed state excos. All on the cover of the Vanguard.
The Guardian says piracy sustains high shipping costs on Nigerian waters. Rising crude prices worsens vessels' vulnerability. It also says here, Buhari, Ahmed, others mourn pioneer ICPC chairman. AMCON plans name and shame for politically exposed debtors. And finally, police summon Saraki over offer bank robbery. That seems to be on every paper right now. Yeah. That's what we have on The Guardian. All
right, up next is the New Telegraph and the headline, Saraki, governor gave us firearms, money, vehicles, suspects. And Senate President Ahmed allegations baseless. Police summon Saraki and a couple of other riders there. Herdsmen kill 6 children. Wow. 19 others in Benue. Kidnap pregnant woman and a couple of other riders there. That's a sad one on the cover of the New Telegraph.
Wow, quite a lot of interesting news on the papers today. But that's all we can take for now.
Well, it's time to task those muscles as we head on to the fitness routine for this Monday morning.
Right, good morning. Welcome to the fitness segment of your favorite morning show on TV, Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Benjamin. I'm a fitness instructor. So this morning we will be doing some hybrid exercises that will challenge you and rev up your metabolism. So first of all, we'll be starting with the stretching exercises. So guys, we're going this way. This way. Follow me. Follow me. Follow me. Take it up. Watch me. Move to the right. And then to the left. And after that, you can hold that 15 or 20 seconds. And after that, we go up this way. Watch me. Take it up, right up. Stretch. To the right. And to the left. Now the next move is to stretch our hamstring. To stretch our hamstring and our quads and our lower body. We're going this way. Then you move to the other side. Now that's just it for the stretching. So we'll move straight to the exercises. First of all, we are starting with a static run, just to warm up the body. Static run, we're going this way. Guys, are we ready? Yeah. All right, so let's go. 1, 2, go. You keep running out of spots, keep running out of spots just to warm up the body. Keep running out of spots. You can do this for 1 minute or 1 minute and 30 seconds. So that's just it. So the next move we're going to be doing is the flutter squats. The flutter squats, we're going this way. Guys, are we ready? All right, let's go. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now that's it for the flutter squat. Next move we're going to be doing is the split lunge. We're going this way. Guys, are we ready? All right, let's go. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now that's it for the split lunge. So it's beginning to get more and more challenging. The next move we will be doing is the high knees. So the high knees, we're going this way. Are you guys ready? All right, let's go. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now the next move we're going to be doing is the jumping jacks. So the jumping jacks, we're going this way. Guys, are we ready? All right, let's go. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now that's it. Now the next move is the mountain climbers. We're going this way. Okay, position, move this way and this way. So guys, are we ready? Yeah. All right, come on, let's go. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now the next move is the mountain pole. We're going this way. Up. Down, you push up, and you come up. Guys, are we ready? All right, let's go. 1, 2, go. Push up and come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now that's it for the move. So we're switching over to core exercises now to drill and strengthen our core. So the first move we're going is the flutter kick. So the flutter kick, we position this way, we go this way. Are you guys ready? All right, let's go. Position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it for the flutter kick. So the next move will be the knee tuck. We go this way. That's it. And the last one is, of course, the plank. So we'll go this way, hold it for 1 minute. So that's it for the show. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it challenged you. So we're heading straight to the kitchen. Thanks for watching.
Hi, thank you very much, Benjamin, for that Monday morning exercise routine. I mean, it's a beautiful, it's nice to start off the week on a very energetic note, right, Susan?
Yes, it is.
Susan is still very calm.
Yes, very calm.
You'll
It's
be
morning.
good. Oh, yeah, I know, right? Okay, so what are we making today?
Okay, on the show we're going to be having, we're going to be having a chicken cashew stir fry with pasta.
Never heard that before.
Good for breakfast. That's exactly why I had to bring it to the show.
Okay, so let's talk about the ingredients.
All right here on the table we have the chicken breast, you know, as it's mostly called. Then the main ingredient, the cashew nuts. Then
I see two types of cashews.
Yes, yes.
Cashew
There's the
nuts.
salted one and the plain one. It's just to give it a bit of flavor.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there's the seasoning, and we have garlic and ginger already chopped, and some bell peppers and some chilies. Then there's a chicken broth. It has already been made. Then
You mean
some
chicken?
broth. Yes, after the water you cook your chicken with.
Okay, chicken stock.
Yeah, chicken stock, yes. Then we have the coconut oil here, the healthy oil. You can use your olive oil or whatever oil, sesame oil.
Okay.
But here we have coconut oil.
Okay.
Then there's a corn flour here for you to thicken the sauce and make it very nice. So
Wow, there seems to be a lot of ingredients going into our
stir fry.
stir fry this
Yes.
morning. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then you have honey.
Yes,
I mean,
honey.
this is quite an interesting recipe.
Yes,
though.
it
like,
is. It is
we have
very-
cashew here. You have honey.
Yes.
I mean, I made stir fry over the weekend.
Okay.
And well, definitely did not use honey and cashew nuts. So I'm looking forward to how this turns out. So.
Yeah, it's really going to turn out fine.
Okay,
and
yeah,
there's
we forgot our pasta.
okay, the pasta is on the fire, cooking. You know, we're just going to make it, and we're going to have it with the sauce when it's ready.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So can we get the sauce started?
All right.
Because
So
I'm so excited about learning this new recipe. If you need that on, I could just help you put it on.
okay, we need
whilst
it
you're-
to come on
Okay.
right now.
So do you need it on a very high heat?
Yes, very
or-
high heat, so we can just get it over with.
Okay.
Here, while we're waiting for the heat to come up,
Okay.
we could just do our chicken broth with the honey. There's already honey in the plate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The chicken stock already had seasoning and all, so you might want to be careful with the way you add your other seasoning so it doesn't come out too tasty. We're going to whisk our corn flour with it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just prep it that way. Corn flour. The corn flour is to thicken the sauce.
Okay.
And here I have dark soy sauce.
Dark soy sauce.
Yes.
Okay, so what does the soy sauce do for this?
It's just to give it a bit of flavor.
Okay.
You know. And I'm also going to add a bit of what I call oyster sauce.
Oyster sauce, dark
yes.
soy sauce.
Yes.
I mean,
They
what's
have
the difference?
different benefits and different flavors that they do. This is a bit thick and it gives it that, you know, but we are making a bit of not too Chinese, you know, something that is just too good for us. So basically, so we just stay it and wait. Our pan is heated up already.
Okay. So we're about to make our stir fry.
Yes,
right
chicken
now.
cashew stir
Our
fry.
Stir fry.
Here's our chicken breast. It has
All right,
already been
so we'll
marinated.
just hold on that, and
Okay.
then we'll go on a quick break. Wake Up Nigeria continues shortly. Stay with us.
All right.
And it's still Wake Up Nigeria. Welcome back. We're here in the kitchen, and we have Chef Susan, who's making her debut on the show.
Yeah.
And yes, we are making
The cashew chicken stir fry.
cashew chicken stir fry. I know some of you are like, what's that? Well,
You're going to
that's
love
why
it.
you should tune into Wake Up Nigeria. You should be here every day of the week, Monday to Friday.
All right, so we're about to stir fry
Okay, so
our
whilst
chicken.
we're stir frying now, let's quickly talk about the ingredients, just for the benefit of those joining us on the show, just joining us.
All right. The chicken breast is frying.
Yeah.
Then
so let's
we
talk
have
about the
the
ingredients, yeah.
cashew nuts, the carrot, celery, the seasonings, and the garlic and ginger, then the red bell pepper.
Yeah.
Then we already have a mixed chicken broth with oyster sauce and soy sauce here, already mixed up. So
And
that's
corn
the
flour.
basic, and corn flour, yes, to thicken the sauce. That's the basic ingredients that we're going to have in this.
Okay.
So we're just going to wait for this to stir fry.
So right now we are stir frying our chicken breast.
Yes, yes.
So
we have.
you could also make use of turkey or any kind of.
Actually, what we're trying to do is healthy. So, and chicken breast tends to be the healthiest part of the chicken that we use. But you know, people make this recipe in their own different ways. So you could there are other ingredients that you can add up, maybe when you're trying to do yours at home or stuff. There are other stuffs you can add. You could add the yellow bell pepper, the green bell pepper, and it depends on how you want it, how you like it.
Okay, so I'm a little curious about the honey you used in your chicken broth.
Yeah, some people use sugar. Some people use sugar, but I would love to use honey, because honey is a little bit more friendly than sugar would do to the body. So just to give it a flavor, a sweet taste, and the Chinese vibe. Feel. Yes, that's why the honey is there.
Whoever thought that you could actually have cashew in your stir fry?
Yeah, so I thought.
Never heard of it before.
So I thought, but
never heard of it before.
This is really going to come out nice. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes,
I am really looking forward.
Really going to come out
and you
nice.
know, cashew nuts actually have a lot of health benefits.
Yes,
you know, they are high in minerals, vitamins, and they are antioxidants. Which is very good for your body.
Very, very good.
And in here we have salted and unsalted. Right?
Yes, unsalted mixed together.
You know, the brown ones actually look like they're coated with honey.
Honey, like caramel. Something.
Yeah, like caramel.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
All right, it's coming up.
So okay, so we're just gonna allow that.
Yes,
that cook.
let that cook.
But would it also be would it also be okay to steam your chicken breast before you put it in your pan?
It's not a bad idea, but it's just good you cook it like this. Okay. Yeah, it's not a bad idea if you have to steam it. It saves time. It saves time at times, but
you mean the
it's
steaming,
always
right?
the steaming before. Yes, steaming saves time, but it also comes out fine this way. Okay. All right, I think we might have to set this aside.
Is that ready?
Not really. It's going to get done when we are doing the.
Okay. So what's next?
We're going to do the.
You know, I'm particularly looking forward to that flavor the cashew nut is going to give the stir fry.
All right.
Because I feel like it's going to give it a really roasted
and crunchy.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I have an idea.
Let's stir fry
your ginger and garlic.
Ginger and garlic. Mine's ginger and garlic.
You know, you have a lot of healthy ingredients here. You have your ginger and garlic, which are also very high in
good.
antioxidants.
Yes.
Yeah, very good for
very
the body.
Good. Your bell peppers.
Okay.
You have to add the chili pepper so it doesn't taste so bland. Some people like pepper, yes.
But like you said, it depends on how you want to cook it.
Yes, how you want to cook it. If you want to.
Bell pepper.
Yes, so you can add all your veggies in.
Okay. And you know, celeries.
Yeah.
How easy is it to find celeries?
These days, it was pretty difficult. Some times back, you have to get to all these big stores to get your celery, and they're not very affordable. You know, you have to buy a bunch, even if you need a little. You have to buy a bunch before. But these days, there are a lot of people. There are these malams that who sell celery, and they are very affordable right now. So with 500 naira, you can just get your celery.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Great. All right, so I'll have to go on a quick break right now. And we're heading over to Yomi and Titi for a rundown of this week in history. Hi, Yomi and Titi. Yeah, they are.
Smells amazing. Once I heard soy sauce, I was like, oh. All right, so on this week in history, we're going to be taking it through the week these days. On June 4th, 1896, Henry Ford made a successful test drive of his new vehicle. Now, they called this vehicle a quadricycle. Now, the Ford quadricycle was the first vehicle developed by Henry Ford and Ford's first car. It was a simple frame. It had ethanol-powered engine and 4 bicycle wheels. It was called a horseless carriage.
Horseless carriage.
Then. So that was literally the first automobile.
It's strange that it was powered by ethanol, though. Wow.
That's like alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really interesting to think of it as an invention rather than a car.
Yeah.
People just thought of him as putting together
some
some
probably
crazy
not gonna last,
invention. Yeah. But that marks an important innovation as proto-automobile. And well, that would lay the foundation for practically every design for cars from then on.
Yeah. All right. Also on Today in History, on July 5th, June 5th,
yeah.
1968, 42-year-old presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy was mortally wounded shortly after midnight on live TV in Los Angeles after winning the California presidential primaries in the 1968 election. Kennedy left the podium in the Ambassador Hotel and was exiting through the hotel kitchen when he was shot in the chest by Sirhan, who fired multiple shots with a handgun.
Let's watch this.
So, my thanks to all of you, and now it's on to Chicago, and let's win there. Thank you very much.
And it was as soon as he left that podium, as soon as he walked off,
same night, just a few minutes after this.
Yeah, it was about less than 2 minutes after that. Then people just start screaming that he's been shot, and that was on live TV. Yeah, that's it right there. Right there, that's the footage right there that went literally viral, if you could call something viral, in 1968. Yeah. Yeah. Help. And that was it. It was really sad. It was really, really sad. But I'm thinking we should move along now so that we don't put people into a bad mood. But it was just it was something that had never happened before on live TV for people to see that happen. And then, of course,
presidential candidate.
Exactly.
Shot dead. Wow.
On June 6, 1850, Levi Strauss made his first pair of blue jeans. Have you ever thought of the history of blue jeans?
Yeah.
Now, this 20-year-old Levi heard the complaint of his friend who said, "Pants don't wear worth a hoot." And he promptly went into the clothing business. He carried the fabric that he wanted to use. It was a roll of canvas meant for a tent. And he had a tailor cut out a pair of trousers. And then his friend started walking around with these blue trousers that were the pants of Levi's.
Wow.
And with one satisfied customer, Levi Strauss found he had a steady stream of men who wanted Levi's.
Wow. So next time I see my pair of blue jeans, I'll remember that it was from a tent.
It was actually a tent he just cut out because there was so many complaints that trousers never just used to last.
All right. So,
at least you know.
1958, June 7th, multi-platinum, multi-Grammy award-winning artist known for his electric work, Prince, was born. Known for his flamboyant stage presence, extravagant fashion sense, and use of makeup. And of course, his vocal range was really wide. His innovative music integrated a wide variety of styles, including funk, R&B, and a bunch of other things. He sold over 100 million records worldwide, and that's Prince right there.
Yeah. Now, so
very nice.
Prince.
Everyone is already singing. I like all this music-related today in histories that we do here. Very nice. Very nice.
Honestly, he was such a strange guy. Though.
Yeah.
You know, such a strange guy. You know, they used to say that he wasn't really into the ladies. But then the men were saying he wasn't into the men, and nobody ever really knew who he was.
And he was a very private guy.
Yeah,
very private.
Yeah.
And but yes, more recent history though. More recent piece of history. Yesterday, 2 years ago, the great boxing legend Muhammad Ali passed on.
Oh wow!
Yesterday, 2 years.
Yes.
June 3rd.
Yes.
June 3rd, 2016.
Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Well, it's really interesting when you go down memory lane, but we are still here with you. We'll be right back after this break.
All right.
right, welcome back. We're still in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it's Wake Up Nigeria. And of course, Chef Susan is here with us. Okay, so quickly,
All
Susan.
right. We're just going to finish up our stir fry. Yeah, we've stirred all our vegetables, so we put back in the chicken breast.
Okay.
Then don't forget our main ingredients, the cashew nut. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to stir. And as you can see, it's all dried right now. So that is where our
so we're not going to allow the cashew nuts, you know, fire up.
When we do this, everything is going to blend in together. So we just add our sauce to thicken.
Okay. So just in case you're wondering what this is, we have our chicken broth in corn flour, oyster sauce, soy sauce, dark soy sauce.
Yes. Then
and honey.
And honey, yes.
Just to give it that.
Don't forget that the chicken broth already has some seasoning. Yeah, some
so you
seasoning.
want to be careful.
Yeah,
with seasoning. So how, I'm curious, the cashew nuts, what are you looking for?
I want
it
the
crunchy?
Yeah, crunchy. Yeah, that's why I won't let it stay too long right now. You can see it's already thickening out because of the corn flour. Yes. So I still want to have the crunchy feel with my cashew nuts. So
nice. So yeah, we are actually having this with pasta.
Yeah,
and
the
our
pasta is almost
already,
done.
Almost ready. I mean, we can all make pasta.
Yeah.
Everyone can make pasta. But just in case you're wondering, it's just pasta in your water. And then when it boils a little, you can just, you know,
take it out,
filter it, and then put it back in heat till it's soft. That's how to make pasta, just in case you're wondering.
So,
all right.
I think this looks and smells so.
Yeah, it does. I'm beginning to feel that cashew nut flavor.
So you can have a taste.
Tastes good. Of course, it tastes good with your milk. But hey, it smells. It
I don't need
smells
to
really
add
nice.
any extra seasoning because I'm good with the vibes I'm having.
All right, so our spicy cashew stir fry is ready.
Yeah.
We'll move over to Yomi and Iyore. Over to you, Yomi.
All right, thanks, MM. Welcome back. Iyore Ogwigwe is a highly sought-after sales and persuasion expert, and for local and international multinational corporations. And he's the author of 5 books on selling. Wow. And he'll be talking to us about the power of persuasion so as to sell to people who don't want to buy. Good to see you this morning.
Nice one.
All right, so talk to us about sales.
Okay.
What does this mean, like in a layman's term, for entrepreneurs and small businesses?
Okay, thank you so much for having me again. You know, normally we would think selling has to do with exchange of money for goods and services, but it's more than that. There's a definition of selling, and when you understand it, your ability to sell improves instantly. Yeah. And it's this: selling is proving that what I can give to you is greater in value than the money I'm asking from you. So the moment I can believe or I can perceive that what I'm going to get from you is greater than the money you're asking me to pay, a transaction takes place.
Wow.
So, you know, because of that, you realize that clients or customers, they don't overpay, they only underpay. So the reason why a customer has not bought is because they perceive that they are paying more than the value they are getting.
Which is why they say something is expensive.
That's why they say something is expensive, because expensive is relative.
Right.
Beautiful.
Okay. So let's now go deep into what the topic is, which is when no one wants to buy what you have to sell.
Yes.
What are the steps that you should take? Let's even start with small items, 1,000, 2,000 naira worth of goods. When no one wants to buy, or when people are reluctant to buy, what are the reasons?
Okay, many factors. Now, there are different ways you would sell, or different products you will deal with. If you're dealing with the retail products, basically, for the retail products, it will be more of your ability to make them see that they're getting greater value. How? For example, the ambience of your store, your ability to communicate benefits instead of features. Because people don't buy features, what they buy are benefits. So if you walk in to buy maybe an item, or maybe a phone, for example, you wouldn't buy a phone, you wouldn't sell a phone saying the camera is this specification or the memory is this specification. Rather, you would talk about the benefits in terms of what will it do for me. Oh, okay, if you use this phone, it could go on for 3 hours or 3 days without you recharging the battery and so on. So it's more on focusing on the benefits. So every time you meet a prospect, if you can focus on the benefits to communicate, a transaction would run through more. So the benefits instead of just the features of what it is or what the product does. Exactly. What can it do for me personally? Exactly. Okay, so let's talk about big ticket items now. Okay. Which generally people say are more difficult to sell. So I'm selling something that is 50,000 or 100,000 or even 1 million. Okay. How do I walk into a place and get a sale? Fantastic. Okay, I have a book called The 14 Unbreakable Laws of Prospecting. And I talk about what we call an attention-grabbing statement. The whole idea, I think I'll probably give the link to our website so people can download it when we are done. But if you're selling an expensive product or highly priced product, the first thing is you need to sell to yourself. See, if you've not been sold, you can't sell it. You have to be convinced that what you're offering can give the prospect true value and actually change their lives forever. The second thing is we need to look at your appearance. You see, if you're trying to sell a product of $1 million and you look like 100,000 hasn't even passed your hand before, there will be an issue, there will be some contradiction. Right. So you have to look the part if you're going to sell an expensive product. So the packaging part is really important with that. Okay. Then also, of course, you have to also emphasize on the benefits instead of the features of your products. Then you need to identify your target markets. Very key. If you're trying to sell to everybody, you won't sell to anybody. You know, there's a difference between marketing and selling. You know, for the layman, if you're going to define marketing, you would say marketing is announcing the value you have to offer to a specific target market. Yeah. For example, I've been seeing the Kellogg's interview. There's this target market they're addressing. Right. So if a salesperson is going to sell Kellogg's and you're going to sell Kellogg's to everybody, there'll be a contradiction. Right. Because marketing helps you go for the target. Right. Then if you're a salesperson, you need to go for that target too. Right. So you need to identify the target market. So identifying, but now when it then comes to people who are still skeptical. So at the end of the day, you've tried to sell the benefits, you've told them, okay, this is what it's going to do for you and all of that. But it still looks like this person is not, you're not closing. How do you close? Because at the end of the day, that's where the challenge is, closing that deal and getting that money from the person. You're right. You see, people buy emotionally first, then justified logically. Buying is an emotional decision. It's not as logic as we think. You know, it is said that until someone feels, he does nothing. So when you feel, you move. Right. So until you get the customer to feel, they won't be able to pay. To feel, to connect with you. And how? Number one, rapport. Because rapport means finding common ground. The most important aspect in selling is building rapport with the person you're with, because people only buy from those they trust and they like. So if the person doesn't trust you or like you, they won't do business with you. And one of the ways you can make people trust someone is actually one of the keys. It's the key thing. Right? It's a key thing, and you can do it by building rapport effectively. The second thing, apart from building rapport, is asking questions. Selling is not talking. See, the more people talk, the less they sell. Right. It's so funny. But it's the truth. If you're just talking and just being garrulous. If you're just talking and you know, people think, oh, if you're an extrovert, you sell more. I've come to realize that the introverts will actually sell more. Why? Because they'll be able to listen. They'll be able to ask questions. Open-ended questions, preferably, because open-ended questions give room for the prospect to talk and say what's at the top of their hearts. Right. Then you'll then be able to provide the right solutions. So as a salesperson, the focus is asking questions. If you can ask enough questions, you realize that the prospect will talk their way into buying your products. Because one of the things that it's strange that you would say introverts will sell more than extroverts, because there are people who they are referred to as natural-born salespeople, that, okay, this one looks like he's a good seller. And someone who's more quiet, is a bit shy, doesn't want to approach people. So how do you then deal with, even if you're an introvert or you're a bit shy, how do you deal with a situation like that where you have to sell no matter what? Sometimes your life depends on selling. Okay, the truth is, everybody has to face their fears. Because whether you're an introvert or you're an extrovert, there would always be that point where you see the prospect and you can't walk up to the person, or you can't even express yourself freely because probably you're intimidated for whatever reason. So everybody would actually face that. But the key to handling rejection and handling all these fears is by confronting it. Fear doesn't disappear. Fear is dealt with by confrontation. And it's like a muscle. You see, the more you develop the muscle of courage, courage is not the absence of fear, But courage is your ability to move, even in the presence of fear. So the more you develop your courageous muscles by acting when you're afraid, the stronger you become, such that when you meet that prospect at that point in time, where that decision matters, you can close the deal. If I had time, I'd have given you a brief story.
Yeah,
because it's so important.
This conversation is definitely
people
not
learn
over.
how to
It's definitely not over. I hope that we can have you some other time to discuss, because we're going in a new direction now, which I think is really, really important.
Yeah.
By the way, you look like $1 million.
Thank you very much.
And for anyone who's going to be
so
selling this week, one of the things that you need to think about is your dressing, and have a lot of courage when you go out there. And you'll probably make a sale this week. Finally. Thank you so much, Iyore, for joining us this
If you want to get the free book, you can go to my website. That's my name,
www.iyoreogbuigwe.com.
Yes.
And then on social media?
Yes, same thing.
Okay.
Across all platforms.
Ogbuigwe.
Yes.
All right. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you
and
so much.
we're going to take a short break now. And when we come back, it's the second half of the show.
Hello again, and we are back. We're back to dish out some more.
Yeah, it's been a great first hour, and this is the second hour. It's Motivation Monday, and we've got you covered. It's Wake Up Nigeria. I'm Yomi Owokwe.
And I'm Titilayo Onyison. Remember, we're streaming live on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. Look us up right now at TVC Connect. For comments, very important comments, by the way. We love your comments, your contributions, everything. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
All right, that's what the show is all about, motivating you and getting the best out of you at the beginning of the week. So at the end, you know how they say, you come back with some
money in the bank.
Some money in the bank.
Yeah, hopefully. Chase those checks, people. Chase them. Now, the Kings and Queens of Art, or rather, Kings and Queens Art, have a performance coming up in a little bit. Can't wait to see that.
And of course, right, after that, Ajayi Folaranmi will be joining us for a conversation around inner freedom. Right after that, performance.
No social media.
So, you know we love social media here. We really do. And our hashtag is always on fire. Hashtag Wake Up Nigeria. Now, we need to ensure your tweets and messages come in time, so we can talk about that later on.
We also have the brainchild of the African Stream Initiative, ASI, Agindotu Merino, who's going to be joining us for a chat as well. Hey, people.
Yeah.
Second half of the show, and our conversation earlier just reminded me of the conversation I was having sometime with my husband about if a woman can have it all. Can a woman really have it all?
But can a man really have it all?
We're not talking about the men here. You guys are super. What do you people even do?
You're balling.
Apart from working.
Men are balling in Nigeria.
Why are we coming back to this conversation?
Okay, so what she was talking about is the fact that she would like to, start
a project.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Like semi-political,
Yeah,
direction.
on the journey to, being a politician.
Yeah.
So, you start off this project that, caters to the selfless.
Yeah.
Sorry, to the, maybe the widows
Cut
or
some
young
ribbons,
girls.
take some pictures.
Yeah,
Okay.
invite some state people from the top, and then.
Okay. So the reason why we're talking about it is because of what Yomi said. Yomi said, not that you run away later. The work is plenty. You now say you have a child. So there are a lot of women who are pushing the envelope, and they in fact, they deserve all the accolades for pushing it, but it might not be for everybody. Are you sure it's for you? That's the question.
She might be interested in politics later, maybe in 5 years
maybe
or so.
Maybe.
Let's say 2023.
Yes, because you are now not too young to run. Remember?
Exactly. So I think it's time for the news updates now. Ugochi Olugbo is on standby for us.
Thank you, guys. It's not too early to read the news, Watching TVC News. The Nigeria Police Force has invited Senate President Bukola Saraki to respond to allegations concerning his links to the culprits in the deadly of bank robberies in April. A police spokesperson, Jimoh Moshood, says 5 principal suspects, among 15 others, paraded in Abuja, indicted the Senate President in their statement. The acclaimed leader of the robbery gang, Ayodele Akimbosun, said there were political thugs of Saraki and Kwara State Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed. At least 34 persons, including 9 police officers and 2 pregnant women, were killed in shootings during that robbery. Meanwhile, Senate President Bukola Saraki has advised the public to disregard the claims made by the police as a baseless allegation and not a ploy to implicate him by all means. In a statement signed by his spokesman, Yusuf Olanionu, Saraki assured Nigerians that he couldn't have been associated with the deadly incident. The statement further reads, and quote, "This plot is concocted to embarrass me, and in the mind of the IGP, it is his own response after his refusal to honor the invitation by the National Assembly headed by me for him to come and offer explanations on the rampant killings and violence across the country. Like the earlier one, this frame-up will also fail, as I hereby state categorically that I have no link with any band of criminals," end quote. APC chieftain Okpeyemi Bamidele, who sustained gunshot wounds during a rally at the Secretariat, has been moved to Lagos for medical treatment. Bamidele and 5 other persons were shot when a policeman mishandled his rifle and released sporadic gunshots into the crowd. He was hit in the stomach and legs and was immediately taken to the Ekiti State University Teaching Hospital at Ekiti for prompt emergency care. Media aide Ahmed Salami says Bamidele's health is stabilized, but there is need for him to go for post-surgery treatments to ensure quick recovery. And still on that, Ekiti State Governor Yofayashi has called for a 3-day fast and prayer for Okpeyemi Bamidele and others hit by bullets fired by a policeman at the APC Secretariat on Friday. The governor, who also directed the suspension of all open campaign activities of the People's Democratic Party for 3 days, demanded that those found culpable be brought to book. It says even though he is glad that Bamidele is responding to treatment, it's necessary that Ekiti people support him and others with prayers. And as the news this hour, now let's take a look at today's weather forecast, and sports will follow immediately after that.
Let's take a look at the headlines in the papers.
All right. Thanks so much, Mike.
On the Punch, it says, police invite Saraki over offer bank robberies. We worked for Senate President as political thugs, says gang leader. It's a frame-up. I'll honor formal invitation, says Senate President. It also says here, Nigerians to pay for more alcohol, cigarettes from today. And finally, herdsmen attack, cult clash, claim 13 in Benue. That's what we have on the Punch.
All right. The Nation is up next. And the headline, police, Saraki Ahmed indicted for offer bank robbery. Senate President, it's a plot to embarrass me. I have no link with suspects, says Governor. And INEC to make card reader mandatory for 2019 polls. And finally, Ekiti shooting, Bamidele moved to Lagos. All on the cover of The Nation.
On the cover of the Daily Sun, it says, as DSS reduces operatives attached to Senate President Dogara, police invite Saraki over offer robbery. It's a frame-up, says Senate President. Also, it says here, foremost female accountant Olakunrin dies at 80. Buhari governors, others mourn Justice Akonbi. And finally, Nigerians to pay more for cigarettes and alcohol from today. That seems to be on almost every paper, you know.
That's news for
wow.
the boys.
Yes, indeed. Wow.
All right. Up next is the Nigerian Tribune. And the headline, offer bank robbery. Police invite Saraki, say suspects indicted him. And a couple of other stories here. New alcoholic drinks, tobacco, excise duty kicks off today. And finally, Ekiti. Bamidele moved to Lagos for further treatment. All on the cover of the Nigerian Tribune.
On the New Telegraph, it says a similar headline, Kwara killings, bank robbery. Saraki governor gave us firearms, money, vehicles, say the suspects. Wow, that story is just not going away, is it? It also says here, airports concession international airlines to raise fares. IATA says charges are higher for privatized airports. Wow. Okay, we will not rely on money to win, PDP replies Buhari. And, well, that's what we have on the New Telegraph.
All right. I think that's about all that we can take on the newspaper headlines for this Monday morning.
Yes, indeed. And, of course, it's about time for us to take a short break. But we would like you to stay right there with us.
There's still some motivation coming up.
Welcome back. Now, it's Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for some motivation. Freedom is a thing that every human being desires at varying levels, but a lot of factors can seemingly be roadblocks, and we might not be able to achieve this desired state. Folaranmi Richardson Ajayi is an educationist, a seasoned journalist, and the founder of The Excellent Tutorial College. He leads a group of students who won't compromise their moral standards on campuses. He will be talking to us about attaining inner freedom. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, so freedom, you know, it's a word that we're using this morning, but I don't think we're talking about people being locked up as such.
Certainly.
So when we speak about freedom, what exactly do we mean by freedom?
Now, when we talk about freedom, we talk about the inner peace that an individual has. Now, and we know that an individual, or majorly individuals, we are wired by what happens in our minds. Okay. And so if I do not get it right in what flows through the rivers of my mind, I do not get it right in what flows outside of me. Okay. The mind is more spiritual, while other things is physical. So if I don't have satisfaction, if I don't have personal bliss, if I don't have happiness, if I don't have contentment, if I have wants, I have needs, then the freedom and the peace that flows through my mind is not there. And so when it is not there, it virtually affects the way I think, the way I behave, the way I relate at work, the way I talk to people, and the way I do everything. Because the inner peace actually controls the outside. And so the freedom of the mind is the first freedom that every individual needs to have to achieve whatever they want to achieve in life.
Okay, so we've talked about what it is now. So it feels like the average Nigerian, the average person finds it hard to achieve this freedom, this inner peace you're talking about. What are the factors that are, you know, creating this scenario for most people?
Now, one of the things we need to understand as humans is one of the despicable nature of man is that we are wired in a way that we always want more. Okay. We are the Oliver Twisting person who is achieving this, then after that, I want to achieve the next thing. So, what makes us bound, even when these freedoms are around us? One of the first things that, as individuals, we need to embrace is the fact that mistakes, crisis, and failure are part of life. And so many individuals feel rejected. They send themselves to personal Coventry when they fail. And so when a student fails an examination, he feels so terribly bad that the world has come to an end. When a business person does not eat that million or is failing, either he doesn't get the profit, he feels the world is coming to an end. Now, when a person gets sacked from work, you feel like, wow, that's the end of the world. Let me jump into a river. No. We should understand that all these three things are the things that we must embrace because they are the personal tools that dictate how an individual can innovate and re-innovate itself.
Okay, so you're saying those failures, those issues, those mistakes are what we should use to, in a sense, correct ourselves.
No, what I'm saying now is that by the time we accept that mistakes, crisis, and failure are essential tools for life, we will not be feeling dejected when the needs for those things arises. So we have to understand that when we fail, failures are lessons that teaches us how to do a particular thing better. When we make mistakes, mistakes are the teachers that helps us to embrace success. And we fall into a ditch or a niche or we have crisis, we should see beyond what has happened. Okay. We see ourselves learning, but you know, most of the time what we do is we feel dejected. We don't ask ourselves, why is this happening to me? By the time we understand that to get to the road of success, passing through mistakes, crises, and failures are important.
So now, I'm someone that I don't even want to have to go into this, in a quote, bondage. I feel like I'm free now, and I just want to make sure that I never lose that inner peace I have or that freedom I have. What are the steps I can take? Maybe if I've already found myself there, or I don't want to go into that particular place. What are the steps I can take to make sure it doesn't happen?
All right. Now, one of the things we have to understand as human is our decision determines our destiny.
Okay.
So what you decide will stay, and what you allow will stay. And one of the first things we have to embrace is that we need to take decisions, to take responsibility, then to accept the things we can change and things we cannot change. So as individuals, you have to understand that some things you can change them, some things you cannot change them. Yeah. So positive confessions is very important because the mind is important. So if I wake up early in the morning, I say, I am blessed, I am an achiever, I am making it, I'm a success, I'm not a failure, even when things are not going on well.
So positive affirmations.
Yes.
Thank you so
much the difference
for coming to the studio once again. And hopefully we'll have you back one of these days to continue this discussion. But right now we have to move along with the show. We'd love to know what you have to say on social media about this issue of finding that inner freedom. Just make sure you use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria. Let's go over to the garden now. We have Kings and Queens right now on standby for performance.
All right, welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Now, the African Stream is the brainchild of Akindotu Merino, an avid advocate of leveraging human capital to improve the collective mindset. She is especially interested in fostering opportunities to bridge the 100-year learning gap in African educational systems. All right, she's here with us today. It is great to have you on the show.
Good morning.
So, I'm century-long learning gap. That's a century. Where is it? 100 years.
Yes.
How did you come about that figure? Is it something that you saw somewhere, or was it something you researched? How did you come about?
Okay. So at first, I thought the gap would be maybe 10 years, maybe 20. So I started this research, and Brookings Institute, Brookings Institute is a huge educational research firm, and they did the study, and they came up with a 100-year gap, learning gap in Africa.
Wait. So you're saying that we are in the 21st century, right? You're saying that we are in like 20th or something?
I'm not saying it. It is documented.
It's documented.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to have a 100-year learning gap? What exactly does it mean?
Exactly.
Does it mean like we think 100 years back as compared to Europe or something if you juxtapose? Or what does it exactly mean?
It's talking about the learning gap. And so it means that the way we are processing or teaching our students, it's so much behind than the way we should be. Wow. It's talking about the way we disseminate information, that it's not 21st century. And so do you know that 70% of Nigerians are under the age of 30, and 65% of them are actually teenagers. And so we have a young population, and if we have a 100-year learning gap, that's a huge problem that needs to be solved.
All right, so talking about the solution, let's get straight to it. How are you solving? What solutions are you proffering to help solve this issue?
Okay, so first of all, we started this initiative called the African Stream. And STREAM actually is an acronym for science, technology, religion. Engineering, the arts, and math.
Wow.
So basically, it's a play of the STEM education. So we basically just added the R and the E. First of all, you can't do anything in Africa without talking about religion. So we added the religion there, and then of course the A is for the art. It's for the arts, yes.
Okay, so now I know you're doing a lot of sensitization, you're doing a lot of enlightenment. How exactly are we going to, is it something that we need the government to be part of? How exactly can we cover up this gap? 100 years is too much.
It is absolutely too much. The government has to be involved. We have to make education viable. We have to make it accessible to students. We have to make it priority. And so it's not a matter of throwing money at it, it's how we're doing it.
It's how we're doing it.
Correct, it's how we're doing it.
Let's talk about this practically now. Let's say a student who's in university, we know how it is now. We have students who they study under conditions that are not so good, you know. They have access to lecturers and even materials to study is quite hard. What is obtainable outside the country, in the Western world, that we can use here? Let's talk about practical examples. What is obtainable there that you think we can do here when it comes to our educational system?
That's good. There's a theorist, his name is Watson, and he said, give me all kinds of students. Give me a thief, give me someone who was born in a great house or whatever, and give me all these kids, and I can turn them into whatever I want them to be. So it's not necessarily where you are, it's what you do where you are.
What you do.
Yes.
So we're talking about the modus operandi.
Correct, correct. So if I'm teaching math, for example, if I'm teaching science, I can basically lecture and tell you what's in the book. But if I bring that science alive and I make it experiential, sometimes you're talking about computers as a theory, but it's not.
You're right.
You have to practice.
You're right. There's this story about an African teacher who actually drew a whole a monitor screen with the taskbar and everything. He actually had, you know, he won an award and had to go to the US and all that. But he tried to make it as, you know, practical as possible because we have a lot of theoretical. That's nice. Now, you have been working with inner city missions in the United States. And then I know I've had some experience with inner city missions in Nigeria here. You know, but then I don't think, I'm thinking of what's the experience like working with inner city missions in America, because I know how it is here. It's really inner city.
Yeah.
Is it like that there?
Well,
do we
yes.
do they have issues as much as we have here when it comes to inner city missions?
You just don't see it on TV. Yes, they do. My very first class, when I used to teach K through 12 in those days.
What?
K through 12 education, that's secondary school.
Okay.
I used to teach that in my younger years. And my first class, I had a gangbanger, I had a prostitute, I had different people in that particular class. So it's just as horrible as you can think it is. But it's not what they're bringing into the classroom, it's what you make of those students. Yeah, because the first thing you need to do is, first of all, you can brainwash people, basically just tell them who they are, who they want to be, not who they are right now. And so when we got this class, I kept telling them, you're going to go to college, you know, you're going to do this. We're going to read a million words this school year. And so now later they start believing you.
Okay.
And so I don't believe there's a child who can't learn. Talent is evenly distributed. So
you remind me of this particular statement that if you rate a fish by how well it can climb, it will always fail. So there's always something somebody is good at. There's always a way to bring out the best in every particular person.
Exactly.
Now, does this have, now, as one of the many things you do, you're an educationist, like I said earlier, does this have a personal ring to it, or is this just a career move? Are you doing this because there's a personal feel, there's something, a personal experience, or is it just about making a wonderful career out of what you're doing?
Okay, I don't need a career. I don't need a career move. It's not a career move for me.
It's not a career move.
I'm a vice president of a university right now. It's not a career move. It's giving back.
It's giving back. So there's a personal ring.
Yeah, it's giving back. I went to Queen's College.
Okay.
And I also went to University of Lagos. And about 30 years ago. And
30 years. So the thing that becoming Queen's College and all that, 30 years ago. Is this still up? What's the difference between Queen's College and Queen's College now?
I don't know. I hope.
Okay. When last did you go there? When last were you there?
30 years ago. I mean, all those years ago.
But
I want to tell you something. I'm going to be there shortly this week.
Okay, this week?
Yeah.
So this is something good. I was about to make you pledge and swear to go and visit your alumni.
I am going there.
Your alma mater, I mean, pardon me. Okay, so you're becoming a wonderful alumni. Okay, yeah.
And so my thing is, I've done all these things. I've been in the United States for a while, and I wanted to just be a part of the solution. I want to be a part of the solution. I want to go. I've been knocking on the doors of the Ministry of Education because I want these 4 C's to be in all of the classrooms. I actually developed the manuals for it. It's collaboration. There's 4 global teaching initiatives.
4 global teaching initiatives.
Yes, anywhere in the Lord. These 4 C's. It's collaboration. Okay. Collaboration is a social construct. That means that we're not working as individuals. We're working as a team. Okay. And what that does is it develops team building, but it also develops higher critical thinking skills. The second one is critical thinking and communication. Critical thinking is the ability to evaluate and also evaluate information.
And make decisions
based on those things. The third thing is creativity, but it's not just being an artist. It's actually forming new ideas based on what already exists. So how do I make this pillow better? How do I make this table better? We have to start thinking about that. And the fourth one is citizenship. Citizenship is important because it's not only what the government can do for me, it's what can I do for my nation.
We hardly think that way. We hardly think that way here. It's hard. We should think that way. But then, due to the extenuating circumstances, it's kind of hard for us to think that way. We always want to get. But then, how do you expect? I mean, this is quite, the task is no sinecure. You're looking at this 4 C's. When I'm thinking of citizenship, that is quite big. How do you hope to get this ingrained in the system here? How do you hope to do that?
the first thing I'm hoping to do is actually having the Ministry of Education adopt the model into their curriculum so that all the teachers are trained. We're right now doing trainings. We're doing a town hall this Saturday, actually, at Ikeja here, and just telling the community what it's about. You know, this is what the 4 C's are. Make sure your teachers are using it. Make sure you do it with your kids. It doesn't even have to be just in the classroom. It's with the kids. Because here's the issue. The landscape of business is changing.
It is.
It's changing. It's not the way it used to be. It's not. We're training our children to seek for 8-to-5 job. They're basically to get an office job. That's what we're training them for. But the 21st century, the millennials, it's a different world. They are. You can go on YouTube and become a star. You can form your own video. You can have your own blog. You can create anything from your own space. So we have to train kids so that they actually can compete in this business world. It's a global world right now.
It is.
And so so I'm hoping to get them.
Who are we expecting to participate in the town hall meeting?
Who are we expecting to participate? Yes. We're expecting teachers, head of schools, parents, community members, and everyone who wants to see a change in education system. We need to make teaching important again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is a big task, and I wish you the best.
Thank you so much.
Talking about teaching, we learned how to do something this morning. Cashew, well, I'm not the best person because I wasn't there. Normally I'm that good. But then, hey, come on, let's head to the kitchen. I hope you've not had breakfast.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Okay, you would enjoy this. You would enjoy this.
All right.
Yeah, it's here. It's here.
Oh, I get the seat.
Good morning.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you're welcome.
Hi.
We really admire the work that you're doing with young people.
Oh, thank you.
Really good, really good. So we have Chef Susan here, who's going to be telling us what she's been up to.
All right, this is a pasta made with paired alongside with chicken and cashew stir fry. Yeah, it's good for breakfast. Would like to.
Really? And it's healthy too.
Yes, it's a healthy meal.
I like healthy.
Yeah.
So we'd like to know what you think.
Especially about the chicken and cashew sauce. Or what
yes, exactly.
Cashew sauce?
You're correct, yeah.
And
it's cashew nuts, that type of cashew nuts.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
What do you think?
I can't talk with my mouth full, but it's really delicious.
Thank you. Thank
you.
Well done, Chef.
Thank you.
For your debut on the show. I've been seeing so
I'll
much
give you
energy.
5 stars.
That's
Great.
That's really good to hear. So we're rounding off the show. We're getting to the end. And I want to say a big thank you to our friends at Homely NG for the kitchen accessories.
And of course, Fola at Fola's Place for styling our hair. Yes, indeed. You're looking amazing today, MM, I have to say.
Oh,
love your outfit.
thank you. Thank
Hot
you,
mama, that's what we're calling you. And we'll be doing this again from the top tomorrow morning.
Tuesday at 7 a.m. Bye-bye.
And I know you're going to be there. You know.